there was another kind of division. One of the hot topics of that period was Cesar Chavez and the farm workers and the Great Boycott. And again, can and will and should the longshore workers refuse to handle grapes that have been identified by the United Farm Workers as being on their boycott list? And that got really complex because the ILWU's position around the farm workers had to do with the fact that the United Farm Workers was not the only organization organizing farm workers, and there were predecessor organizations, some of which were still in the field, and one of them still in the field was the Teamsters. A union very important to the coalitions, the labor coalitions, of which the ILWU is a part, especially in transportation and distribution. So taking an institutional position in opposition to another organization, another labor organization, another union, was not a really easy and straightforward thing to settle. Support for the farm workers, the right to organize, and so forth. There were splits in the leadership of the ILWU. It was one of the issues between Harry and Lou Goldblatt, in terms of Lou Goldblatt being more in alliance with pulling out all the stops in order to support the United Farm Workers campaign. Well, I would say in the San Francisco Bay Area, where I spent most of my working and union time, union meeting time, and so forth, without a doubt the farm workers were heroes. There were committees that every week, caravans of longshoremen that would go either to support a picket line, provide a little moral support, or physical support when the farm workers were getting attacked by goon squads and all that out in the valley. So I would say there are traditions at the local and regional level that are as strong as as any, and it's where a lot of the contemporary traditions, militancy, legacy, image of the ILWU comes from, is what the members, the rank and file themselves, have undertaken to do. And sometimes it's out ahead of what the leadership does, and as I said, getting out ahead doesn't mean that the rank and file is necessarily more radical, but that the leadership is aware of legal and organizational ramifications and is willing to pay attention to them in ways perhaps that the rank and file is not.